What's going on, guys? So what I thought I'd do for you today is we went out yesterday and brought home a couple of fish we wanted to chuck in the freezer. So I'm just going to take you through, and it's good too because we've got three different species. So three completely different filleting techniques. Righto, we're going to start with our little northern bluefin that we collected. But first of all, shout out to Paddy, as I always do. The best knife maker in the country, best forge in the country. Love his gear. So that's Jack and the Bear Knives. I'll chuck another link up, as I always do. So we've got our three different knives here. We'll be using at least two of them for this. And we'll start with the little one. Rightio, so with your bluefin, rightio. So you want to take the, pretty much come in directly behind the pectoral fin, rightio, till you feel it crunch. This isn't a large bluefin, so you don't need to go too deep, but you virtually want to come straight up and get as close as you can up there to the head. There's a lot of meat up there behind the head. You don't want to miss any of that. Rightio, up there like that. And then there's two ways you can do it. You can either run it straight back down to the anal fin, or you can come back up towards the pectoral fin underneath here. And that's what we'll do. So we'll just come straight back up here, like so. Rightio, and then we'll flip him over. We'll do the same thing again. Rightio, so in behind pectoral fin. We'll start going down. Rightio, get in there behind that pectoral fin. Rightio, as you can see, the knives are razor sharp, which helps. You need that. Rightio, nice and deep again, and then right back up towards the head, so you don't miss any of that good meat up there near the head. Rightio, and then so from there, you can literally just pretty much just crack him open, yeah, and just pull the head straight off. You can see there's still a heap of meat in there. Rightio, so from here, what we're going to do is, so it's all like tendons and that back towards the right at the end of the tail. So we're just going to cut in about an inch from the back of the tail. Obviously depends what size tuna you got too, but, and then you want to run your knife nice and gently, not too deep, just up along the back there. Rightio. And then when you get towards the top here, see how my knife's just stopped? It gets a lot harder there. So you just want to get your hands and everything out of the way and just rip through like that. Rightio. It's a bit of a tough spot there. You can see that there. And then come back the other way, run it so you can hear it clicking along there, and then just over the top of the backbone like that. Rightio, and then angle your knife down. You can see the ribs coming through there, so you just want to angle your knife. You can see the knife's quite flexible. You buy a good quality knife, they're going to flex a lot. So terrible cut, but that's all right. We'll get that meat. Yeah. And then back up through there. Rightio, there's our first slab there. You can see straight through the center. You got your bloodline there. We'll cut that out. And then there's two ways you can do this too. You can either actually, what we're going to try and do today is I'm going to try and fillet it spinal side up, so that you use the actual weight of the fish on the bottom to hold it in place. So all I'm going to do is essentially repeat the process, but from the back. So cut this side, same again, rightio, and then just run my knife from that side up on the other side of the spine there. You should be able to see your knife, so you can see the knife just there running through the other side of the spine. Grab it however you can sort of grab it, and then same again, you're going to hit that tough spot right there, and then just slide your knife out. Sweet as, like that. And I am by no means what you would call a professional, so if I can do it, you all can do it. Rightio, and then again, you want to hear that clicking. All right, and then run it back the other way. Have to click through those bones a little bit, but straight out. I didn't angle that enough, but It does. One side not too bad. Other side, but we'll scoop that all out with a spoon. So, like I said, the reason I've done this is because I'm an amateur. And if I can get it done that easily, you guys can too. So all this meat's still good meat. If you can literally scoop all this out with a spoon and use all of this, that's all great meat. Use it for tartare, spicy tuna rolls, whatever you want, and just scoop it out. Whatever you do, don't wash your meat with fresh water. Yeah, don't wash it with fresh water. I've got the fresh water here, but that's just to clean the table off. All right, sweet. And then if you've got somebody that will use the head, use the collars, you know, you've still got plenty of good meat in here too. So we'll scoop that out as well. And then, yeah, Bob's your auntie from there. Really? Sweet as. So that's our tuna. And now we'll get stuck into the coral trout. Righto, team. So what we're doing now is our coral trout. Absolutely stoked with this big fella. He's a PB for me. He was high 60s for a common, which is I'm over the moon with. Yeah, so very similar to start the process is in behind the pectoral fin and up towards the head like we did with the tuna. As you can see, these dudes have got a pretty big bulky head on them. So if you want to get as much of the meat in there as you can. So in behind the pectoral, get in there, sweet. Work your way around the head. Turn it back that way so it's easy to see. There it is. Up there like that towards the head. Sweet. So now you made that cut. Rightio. From there, you want to come back towards yourself. So you don't have to go in far. Just get the tip of the knife in. Rightio. If you've got a nice sharp knife and it can get a bit of angle on it, yeah, just pretty much run it. You know, and it'll follow the curvature of the fish. All right, and then out there on the tail like that. All right, sweet as. All right, so from there, we're just going to run it down. You can even just hold the fish where it is. Like I said, angle that knife. You should be able to hear it hitting the bones. Like that. Rightio, lift that up. Come back towards yourself. Wasn't the best cut, but it'll do. Rightio. Just over the top like that. Again, angling the knife. Rightio, like so. These bad boys have got a lateral pin bone too for the rib, so you just need to crack through that. So you see I can't lift that fillet there. I might have already actually got through it. You can see him there. You can see those pin bones there. We'll leave that for now. We're going to flip him over and do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so in behind the pectoral fin again. Down, spin him around. Up in behind this pectoral fin. Rightio, and then angle him up towards the head. Sweet as. Now with this one, because he's already sort of a bit floppy because of the other side, just come in about midway. Rightio. Again, angling your knife, just coming back up towards the head, like so. Right, got through that in the end. And then we'll just go back the other way, away from you. And with this one, you can come all the way through. Rightio, same again. Want to angle that blade. You hear the clicking. Yep, and come back towards yourself. Yeah, it's already gone over the backbone, so we'll just angle that blade again. Don't want to lose any of that meat. As most people know, those are pretty spectacular eating fish. Rightio, again, those pin bones, we need to get through them. What's going on there? It's not even Garbo day today. Alright, sweet. So, angling your knife. You can see now, pretty much lift that fillet up. Just keep my knife angled the whole time so that we don't lose any of that gorgeous meat. Rightio, and then you can see the ribs there. Just angle your knife and follow those ribs down. like so. Like I said, not perfect. I'm by no means a professional, but we've missed a bit at the tail there. But not too shabby. Not too shabby for an amateur. Rightio, and then just flip him over, spin him around. So those pin bones again, rib bones, angle your knife and shave away on them. Two pretty amazing trout fillets there. Just eat that, nah. And there you have it. I just left the guts in there, but. And there's your trout. Rightio, so I'll go through the skinning on this one for you. Leave that there. So I'm just gonna go to one of the larger filleting knives. This is absolutely perfect for skinning your fillets. Rightio, so if we just come in a little bit less than an inch, I suppose, and then that little groove there sort of gives you something to bite into, like hold on to. Rightio, make your first little cut, and then when you hold that, you pretty much don't have to move the knife. Pull the fish towards you, and just sort of keep your knife as flat as you can, and it should essentially do the job for you. Like so. Bugger all skin on there. And there you have it. I won't repeat the process. You've seen how I do that, but. And then there you have your lovely trout fillets. And we'll go on to the Emperor next. Alright team, so this is the last fish we're going to fill today. So I believe this is a yellow spot Emperor. So if there's anybody in the comments that can correct me, I think it is a yellow spot. It's definitely not a red throat, I don't think. So yeah, I'm going to fillet this just the same as I'd fillet a blue spot. And we'll see how we go. So with these, it's pretty much just a straight through cut. I'm just going to use the big knife for this. Sweet as, just a straight through cut like that. Rightio, and then same again, just up along the spine. Run it back down so you can hear the, yeah, and then just come over the top like so, run along the pin bones. See the pin bones there. Watch your fingers, obviously, especially if you're using sharp knives. Yeah, straight along the pin bones there. And that's that. Nowhere near as big a fillet, but pretty straightforward. Same again. Get it from the head straight down. Rightio, and then you can either run the bones, the rib bones from there and sort of cut into them, or I'm just gonna turn him around and do the same thing again. Just come in from the top this time. Let's angle my knife down. Come through the tail. Come out. Rightio, you can see that's those rib bones again. It's just quick and nasty, this one. Find those rib bones, angle your knife, run him straight down. Job done, pretty average cut at the top there, to be fair. But yeah, much simpler than the other two. Apologies, that was actually a pretty bad job. The other side's not too bad. Still a bit missing there, but yeah, like I said, quick and nasty. Just wanted a couple of little fillets off these guys. They're great eating. But yeah, we couldn't seem to pick up any decent size ones while we were out there. He's legal. They're only 25 centimetre legality, but he was only just over 30. So, but beautiful size for eating. So I hope that helped you out, guys. I'll quickly rip into this one too. There's no change with how you're skinning them either. Rightio, so just bite in a little bit, angle your knife, and you can either saw it or you can pull on the skin and let the knife do the work for you. And that's that. Rightio, same with the other one. First little cut, and then just, now I'm just pulling on the skin. I'm not even really moving the knife. Like so. Job done. Thanks Paddy, Jack and the Bear. Great knives again, guys. Jump on, have a look at these. They're absolute weapon knives. Awesome. You can take them out. They've got a little carry case here too. Take them out in the boat with you. Rightio. Or just use them at home, whatever you want to do. But yeah, hope you've got something out of it, and I'll see you in the next one.